Welcome back to Gravelsendfarms. I needed a new water pump and got a LANDHONOR pump on an internet auction. Follow along with me as I get it unboxed and hooked up to the water tank.
I got this LANDHONOR water pump on auction. We'll see how it compares to my water pump that's giving me problems. We'll have a nice little unboxing video. It's got some quick couplers here for press-on hose fittings. Some seals. Okay. The clamps to go with that. Oh, this is plastic. That doesn't seem very nice, but I guess it will work. Ow. That hurt. It appears that there's some assembly required. Oh, there. Well, I tell you what, that's a nice tight fit. That even came with a clamp. So all you need is hose. Got a book. Some little rubber feet. Appears to be a spark plug wrench. And seals. I assume the seals go in here. Yep. I'll put the little rubber feet on, so it'll be nice. Looks like it's a 12mm bolt. It looks like it's a 12mm nut. Well, it doesn't seem like I'm doing much there, so I'll just move on to the next one. Yep, it just spins after a while. Must be spinning inside the rubber feet. Maybe that means I'm over-torquing it. Now I need to add some oil. See if I can find a better place for this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna fill this with oil. It doesn't come with any engine oil in it. Well, it says it doesn't. Nope, but there definitely was oil in it at one point. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. It doesn't look like it's gonna go well. I have no idea how much oil it needs. That's dirty. Oh, I should have grabbed a rag. I think that actually worked out. I can see oil. Or maybe I can't. That's deceiving. Nope. It's not full enough. I need a rag. I need smaller containers is what I need. I can see it there if I tip it. Let's see what the dipstick has to say. I already got that dirty. Gotta break it in right. Maybe at the low oil mark. I'll just give her a slosh. One slosh. Let's see how she does. Oh yeah, I can see it now. Reading the book, it says that this has a low oil shut-off alarm. That's what they called it. So if it does get too low on oil, it'll just shut itself off. Well, the problem is this old barn has a sloped floor, so it might be messing up my readings. There, that's more like it. Now I'll give it a splash of fuel. It says no E85. Oh, it's got a screen inside of there. That's nice. The old LANDHONOR fuel. Well, the LANDHONOR water pump. Oh no, don't fill it too full. It'll bubble all over the place. You gotta go slow. So one thing I did learn is that the fittings, these 3-inch fittings for the inlet and outlet, are some weird straight thread, and to me, fine thread. They are not NPT pipe thread. I'll tell you that right now. You can get it to like a half a turn on, but it's not right. So now I gotta go to town and try to make an adapter to make it work for my couplers that I've got for my tank. That's actually a pretty good sized fuel tank. I'm going to use this to pump water into the planter for cutting down the liquid fertilizer. The planter puts out 10 gallons an acre, but the liquid fertilizer I use is only 5 gallons an acre. So I need to dilute it so I'm not over applying. Okay, let's take it out and see what can happen here. Here's my current water buggy I have set up. This Briggs & Stratton engine has a different carburetor than what I'm used to, and it's not running right, and I came across that LANDHONOR pump, so I'm gonna try to make connections that are similar to these on it. I've got this is really a 3-inch hose. Got some fresh tires put on the buggy, so we're good to go. Brand new tires on that old pickup box. Isn't that something? And it's pretty much full of water. Looks like it's right here. I could hear it glugging over there. So I got almost 400 gallons of water in there. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, this isn't too bad for weight. Not too bad at all. Right or wrong, I'm just gonna stick this down in here. Oh, it's got a little baffle in there. That's nice. Maybe I'd be better off poking down in this primer hole. Well, we'll just go with this here. Ooh. Okay, it's already on full. Already on full fuel. Choke it. Let's see what happens. This is the first pull. Ouch. That's not very promising. Oh yeah, it did hurt my finger. I guess I'll put the choke back on. Well, maybe there's a reason why they sent the spark plug with it. Oh, I know what the problem is. How about we turn the switch to on? That ought to help. Look at that. Nice. Let's see if it'll start a second time. Well, I maybe ought to give it more fuel. I'll choke it. There we go. Uh-oh. Shut the fuel off. Okay, well after I learned how to run it, I'm happy. Looks like it's burning off some of that fresh paint. 7.5 horsepower gasoline engine from LANDHONOR. If it wasn't for these fittings being a weird size, I'd be very happy. I'd be up and running by now. Or at least I'd have one of my connections made. But since this isn't pipe thread, I'm gonna have to go find something at the store. Got an adapter I'm gonna make here, have that one on here, have another one here, and it'll get me up and running. I need to take this banjo quick coupler off and put this pipe nipple on there to get it to work for this new LANDHONOR water pump.
that's not the right size. Takes care of that. Little bugger. That's not going to get done today.
Let's look in our box of goodies and see if we can find the fittings that we need. It'd be really nice to not have to go to town to get parts. But this is a pretty good sized connection. 3-inch, supposedly. Might be able to use that on the other end. Well, that's all she wrote for that spool. That's not enough to deal with. Uh-oh, now I need another spool of tape. I always try to wrap the tape on the threads in a tightening fashion so that if the tape were to come loose, it wouldn't peel off. I don't know a better way to explain that. Yeah, it's right there. It's a good example. Where's the end of that? If I were to tighten this on there, it'll make this piece lay over flat. But if I were to go the other way, it'd peel that tape off of there just like that. So this way it doesn't come off while you're threading it on. And there is my adapter. I'm going to need a bigger pipe wrench now. Uh-oh, this might not even be big enough. That's good enough. That'll work. This is a suction line, so it doesn't have to be wildly tight. Perfect. I now have my LANDHONOR adapter for my suction side. That's a lot of leak points, but it'll work. Here we are. Got the LANDHONOR water pump. I got my adapters made for it, so now I can start swapping out my old pump for the new pump. Here's the old pump that needs work, but not right now. This new pump. My hoses are all in the wrong spot now. Take a rubber seal, put it in a LANDHONOR, as far as I'm concerned, fine thread. I'm not going to get too rough with that fitting because it looks like it's that, what is it, centered metal. This 3-inch hose is actually too big to manage. It's too much to handle. But I got it free. Probably the amount of money I've spent on fittings for it. Just went out and bought Better get my rubber seal, put it in there. But I got it. Big hose is a lot to manage. open my valve to the tank. Open this port where you're supposed to. Oh yeah. We've got so much head pressure, it primed itself. Actually, I bet it's going to start coming out of that hose. Maybe. But why give it time? Let's just go ahead and fire this thing up. Here we go. All she wrote. Shut my water back off. Hey, that put a lot of water out in a hurry. Look at that. I'm pretty happy with the LANDHONOR water pump from the internet auction. It was literally a quarter of the price of a water pump from the farm store, although I literally spent $100 in fittings to create adapters. So that took away from the good deal. But I tell you what, it sure did start a lot better than this old cantankerous one that I had here. This will be another project. Comment below if you want to see this turned into another video. I need to take that carburetor apart right there and try to figure out why it's not wanting to run. It'll start after a lot of pulls, but it doesn't want to throttle up. The other thing is, this is another oil port here, and it wasn't tight because I was using the port on the other side, and I came back the next day and this was leaking and made a mess on the floor for me. So I'm gonna drain this here. Let the water out. Oh, nice. That's got some pressure to it. That's some head pressure. Oh, I'd say we're about 300 gallons and we were just over 400. So just that little bit of time, we drained 100 gallons. That's pretty good. I'm happy, to be honest with you. And that's my story of going through the trials and tribulations of a LANDHONOR water pump off the internet auction. This fitting right here is what caused the problems. If that wasn't a straight thread, if it was normal pipe, I wouldn't have had any problems at all. I would have been up and running that same day. But nothing a couple trips to the farm store, or multiple farm stores, since we seem to be limited on having parts availability in this area. But I got it worked out. So to be honest with you, all in all, I'm pretty happy. We'll see how it goes for transferring water into the planter for planting, which is right around the corner.
If you like what you've seen here, hit the like button and subscribe for updates. It really helps the channel out. Thanks for watching, everybody.